If you're into gaming, you know that it's all about the latest console. Almost every month, the newest game hits the market, and Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo compete for the top spot. And for good reason. In the US alone, it's an industry that makes over $65 billion a year. But before it all started, the most popular game was a box with gears, paddles, and a ball. Yes, I'm talking about pinball. And at the Pacific Pinball Museum in Alameda, pinball isn't just celebrated as a game, but a hallmark of American history and culture.
It's not the latest video game to hit the market, but a game that has withstood the trends and tests of time. Pinball was the most popular game decades ago, and no wonder it's a lot of fun. Dating back to the 19th century in France, pinball was created as a condensed form of billiards for the upper class. Eventually, pinball made its way to the States and became widely popular in the 1930s.
With one ball, I need 1,000. All right, here goes.
Now,
I believe that pinball is a game of luck and a game of skill. I want to show you this game. This is Playboy. It's from
Andrei Masenkov is somebody who enjoys the thrill of the game.
So I'm going to shoot it over to this side by hitting it up off of here and then to this flipper. So I'm hitting the ball up and over, and then I'm going to shoot that left ramp. Here it is. I've got it on the right side. It's under control, and now I've got that shot up the ramp. It's going to come down from there. Be ready. It's a fast, hard game.
Oh! I just tried to stop the ball, but I couldn't.
Yeah, sometimes.
He first entered the World Championship of Pinball back in college.
And that was 20 years ago in 1994. And I said, okay, I'll try it. I'll see how I do. And I think I did okay.
And okay means 3 World Championships and so many trophies.
Let the game begin.
Pacific Pinball Museum in Alameda, California continues to attract people to enjoy the game.
Pinball is this box that, you put money in it. It's very American because it wants money. It has creative artwork on it, and it's kind of crazy. We like pinball from everywhere, so yeah. I like to get some of the foreign games.
Apart from the 80 games in the museum, Michael also has over 1,000 pinball machines in the warehouse.
I love setting them all up. It's so fantastic when they're all set up,
Yeah.
and you get to see all the art. You just walk by and just play whatever one you want. It's pretty neat.
Some of the machines are over 50 years old, and you can even smell the history in them.
There's 2 kinds of histories that you can smell. One is good old-fashioned history, and then there's expensive history, which means that something burnt inside and it's going to cost you some money. It's what we call the expensive smell.
In addition to being a fun game, pinball has a rich artistic component.
The machine itself would be pretty boring without the artwork to draw you in, and I think that the art probably plays the biggest role in making pinball so successful.
Behind the back glasses of pinball, there are many terrific paintings that make each machine unique. Darcy is reproducing the artwork on the machines into giant murals. Her friend Eric Koss is doing a painting for a game named Genie.
Before I start doing anything with Genie, I have to play one game and have an appreciation for the game, and let the game sort of infuse me, and then I will try to reproduce its back glass, and that's sort of like my my meditative process.
I think you should make stuff, whether you're good or bad. Whether it's your own or you're copying someone else's, you're still developing a skill. You're still starting a conversation. And I think that's what we're doing with this mural project, is we're starting a conversation between something that was considered to be degenerate art or not an art form at all, and we're saying, hey, we think this is real. Come take a look.
Pinball is not only challenging them in the game, but also in the art.
1, 2, 3, hold my breath.
Totally.
Maybe close one eye and, load up the brush, and you just go for it.
Mm.
And
But that's such a nice
sometimes you
feeling,
have
too.
to hope for the best, and sometimes you really just, it goes all wrong, and then you have to really figure out how to.
Right.
The charm of pinball brings the appreciation of the world all the time.
I miss a lot of my friends because I work so hard at this. I don't see them anymore. But when it's all done, I think it's an important part of American culture that I want the public to be able to come and experience this. And they couldn't before.
By playing pinball, everyone can feel like a kid.
It was amazing. It was like walking into this whole other world. And the colors and the graphics were really bold and really cartoonish. And it just reminded me of being a kid.
Pinball probably has to do with technology, and new technology will help drive pinball forward with new features and functions and fun.
A lot of kids don't even know what a pinball machine is anymore, but I tell you, in the 70s, every kid did. And so, for me, I really wish that pinball, were more popular and were more present.
An interesting fact, pinball was actually illegal in America during the 1940s. Back then, it was considered a form of gambling because it was a game of chance and not skill. It wasn't until the mid 1970s that the game and its players were allowed to come out of hiding. That's all for this episode of Inbox. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. Thanks for watching. My name's Heather Young, and we'll see you next time.